Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to do my go-to makeup look. I did my eyebrows off camera just to save time, so we're going to prime my eyes. I am using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Tan Sand, and I am just going to distribute this all over my lid. To help me do that, I am using the Real Technique sculpting brush. This brush is just making sure that I get every nook and cranny of my eye because I really need my eye covered with it. So to go ahead and blend away, I'm using the Sonia Kashia Beauty Blender. It is super cute and it's super affordable. I found it at Target, so that's where you can find this beauty blender. But I'm just going ahead and blending it all over my eyes, making sure I have a smooth base because this is the foundation for my eyeshadow. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and set the concealer that I just placed on my eyelids using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Y'all, when I say this translucent powder is bomb, I haven't even touched a translucent powder that's even close to this stuff. It is seriously the hype of the town. So I'm just kind of making sure that's all set. Now it is time for the tape. So if you want a nice crisp wing eyeliner or a nice edge for your eyeshadow, then I suggest using tape. I put it on my arm and go ahead and pulled it off, and now I'm gonna put it on my eye. I did that because I didn't want all that adhesive to be on my eyes. I didn't want to feel like those people with the black mask when they peel it off. So now it is time for the eyeshadow part. So this is the Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe. I absolutely love this, and I am so excited to use this because she was one of the first people that I subscribed to. So we're going to go in with the Morphe R37 brush, and we're going to take the colors Cream Sickle and Pukey, and we're going to mix those together, and it's going to be my transition colors. With the transition, as you see, I'm using windshield wiper motions. It really doesn't matter where this is placed. I'm kind of just placing this all over my eyes. Well, not really all over my eyes, but just doing it as a transition. You really don't have to be precise with this because it's just a color that's going to help all the other colors that I use blend seamlessly together. So you want to start off with as little product as possible and build your way up until you get the color that you really want. It's easier for you to be in control when you do it this way. It's just, like I said, you want to be in control. So now I am going to go in with the color Hunt, and I am going to use my Morphe M441 brush. We're going to go ahead and put this color in the crease. As you saw, I dabbed a little bit. Like I said before, with the transition color, you want to start off with as little product as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and put this color in my crease. As you see, my crease is pretty much when you see me do the windshield wiper motions, you see it kind of fold in. That is my crease. So I'm just making sure I put that in with my crease. As you will see, I am just going to go back and forth from the Morphe R37 brush, from that Morphe M441 brush, just going back and forth to make sure that these colors are blended, because sis, blending is key. You want to make sure that your colors are blended. You don't want people to notice what color stops where. You kind of want them to think. You want it to blend together. That is the ultimate goal in makeup, is blending. That is what everybody talks about. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the definition of the outer corner. So I'm taking my Morphe E17 brush, and I am going in with the color Mocha. As you see, after I dabbed, it just wasn't dark enough. So I went back into this palette and I'm using the color Central Park. It's a deeper brown, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the outer V. As y'all see, yeah, that color just wasn't settling for me. I wanted a darker definition. Putting darker colors in your outer corner is pretty much all you will put are dark colors. Dark browns, blacks. If you're doing a green color, you're going to do dark green, dark. It gives definition to your eyes. It elongates your eyes, and it just gives them definition to the other colors. So like I said again, I am blending all three colors together. Now it is time to cut the crease. I am cutting the crease with the Morphe M432 brush, and I I'm using that same Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. As you saw, I'm kind of messed up, but the trick to this is just to put some concealer on your eyelid, look up, and that'll show you where you need to crease. So now I'm going to set the concealer that I placed on there. I'm using the color Silk Cream with this AOA Studio brush. It is the E123 brush. Y'all, this brush was $1. And it is like amazing. I don't really have that many flat brushes, but this brush does the job. So then I'm going back in with that Morphe M441 brush with the color Hunt and kind of smoothing out the edges on the concealer. Just smoothing it out. Then I'm going to go back in with that Morphe E17 brush and mixing those colors Mocha and Central Park and making sure that the edges of the concealer and the outer V corner are blended together, because you don't want people to know where you stopped with the concealer. So I'm just going ahead and blending with that. Now I'm going in and doing my eyeliner. I am taking they're both from NYX. One is the Epic Ink eyeliner and the other is the Super Skinny eyeliner. I use the Super Skinny eyeliner to make sure that I get a nice crisp edge. It's kind of like my outline, because not a lot of product comes out of this pen, and it gives me more control over how I want to do my wing. As you see, I kind of glide it on top of the tape. That's why I said tape is your best friend, because it's going to make sure that it's nice, steady, and straight. And then I go in with the Epic Ink liner and I kind of just fill in the blank. I use this because a lot of product comes out and the lines are super thick when you do it. So that's why I like to fill it in with that and just go on the outline with the Super Skinny liner. With eyeshadow, it is super tricky, just like your eyebrows. But I always tell people eyeliner and eyebrows are sisters, not twins. They will never be the same. So I went ahead and did my eyelashes off camera. I'll do a more depth video of my eyebrows, eyeliner, and eyelashes pretty soon. But now it's time to get to the face. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and prime my face. The first product I'm going to use is my Too Faced Hangover Primer. Gotta shake it up for you, girl. Shake, 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 shake. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this all over my skin. It just preps and primes my face, you guys. I love this stuff. So then I'm going to go in the Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray as well. And I'm going to spray that onto my face. That is my second primer. I use a total of 4 primers in this video. So those are the only 2 sprays. The other ones are like liquids. Not liquids, but they're like lotions. So we're going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin and the True Complexions primer from Black Radiance. Black owned company, by the way. And we're going to go ahead and put those on there. I kind of beauty blended the ones out, the sprays out, making sure that's in my skin before I put those on. So now it's time for the Bye Bye Pores translucent powder. I'm going to put this all over the places where I get the most oily. So I do makeup for a living and I have noticed that when I just put down foundation, that oil seems to skip in. So that's where I use. So now I'm going to use 2 foundations of Fenty Beauty, and that is in the shade 390. And I'm going to also use my Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD in the color Y445. To put this on my skin, I am using the Morphe M439 brush. It is the best brush for putting foundation on. You guys, I just love Morphe. I just love Morphe, okay? Announcement. I love Morphe Cosmetics. So, with the Fenty Beauty Foundation, if you have oily skin, this is a must-have. If you have combination skin, this is a must-have. If you have dry skin, do not, I repeat, do not use this because this foundation is super duper dry. So I just blended out the edges with my Original Beauty Blender Pro, and now I'm going to conceal. So I am using again that Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Tan Sand, and I am just going to do under my eyes, bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow chin, and my forehead. I absolutely love this stuff. It is super duper full coverage. So to blend this out, I am going to go in with my original beauty blender. This one is the Pro. And I'm going to blend this away. I feel like this is the number 2 most important step of your makeup. If you even get to this step, most people don't do this step, but I feel like bringing highlights and lowlights to your face at dimension instead of your face being just flat with foundation. So I always blend out my chin first, my cupid's bow, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and I leave the under eyes last. I don't know why. Sometimes I like to leave it because some oxidize. So some foundations and some concealers oxidize. Oxidize is when it's one color when you put it on and then it gets darker the longer it sits. But the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer does not oxidize. So that is to keep in mind when you go out shopping. Put it on your hand, foundation, concealer, anything. Let it sit for about 5 minutes to see if it oxidizes, because Fenty Beauty oxidizes. Okay, so I had to literally go up there like 3 times to switch out the foundation. So I'm just blending away, as you see. And if you know me personally, then you know that I have a birthmark under my eye that's shaped as a teardrop. And where is the teardrop, sis? Where is it? It is nowhere to be found, because this concealer is heavy duty and it is amazing full coverage, and it's super lightweight. It's not heavy like MAC concealers and foundations. It's not heavy at all, which I really like. So we're going to set every place that I concealed with my Laura Mercier A translucent powder. It is time for the baking. We are baking a cake over here, because I am trying to make sure that this concealer, number 1, doesn't crease, and number 2, doesn't go anywhere, or that no oil is seeping in. So as you see, I am putting a generous amount of translucent powder on the places where I concealed, and I'm going to take the excess, anything that I have left on my beauty blender, and I'm going to kind of like set my foundation in the places where I didn't put concealer, just to make sure that my foundation kind of sticks and doesn't move. This foundation, the mixture of the two is not really full coverage. You kind of got to build it up. I kind of saw some imperfections in my skin looking at this video. So I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in the color Tan to Deep. This is the powder. And I'm using the Morphe R2 brush to blend it out. I absolutely love this brush because it's a medium-sized brush and it has a little tapered at the end, so it kind of gets in my nooks and crannies. But I'm going to go ahead and do it in the hollows of my cheeks, and I'm going to put this on also on my temple. We gave ourselves highlights with the concealer. Now we have to give it a low light, and that's what the contour shade is. The rule to contouring shades is you want to get a color probably 1 to 2 shades darker than your skin tone, and you want your concealer that you highlighted to be 1 shade or 2. So it's either 1 to 2 shades darker for contour, 1 to 2 shades lighter for concealer. You don't want it to be the shade of your skin, because that defeats the purpose. That's what you have foundation for. So as you see, I'm just making sure that it is all blended out. So now we're going to kind of put the eyeshadow under my eyes. I'm kind of doing the same thing, going through the same steps, using Creamsicle and Pukey, then going back in with Hunts and blending that all out. So now it's time to wipe away the baking. I don't wipe it away necessarily. I kind of like press it into my skin. This is a good key for anybody with oily skin. It works. So now I'm going to take this Morphe brush and I am going to use the Juvia's Place Sahara blush palette in the color Tau. I think that's how you pronounce it, Tau, Tau. And I'm just going to put a little bit on here, and then we're going to go ahead and take the Morphe M510 brush, and we're going to go ahead and put Trophy Wife on, and then we're going to use my Urban Decay All Night Setter Spray, kind of spraying this generously over my makeup. This is going to ensure that my makeup stays all night. And that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And please, if you like this video, thumbs up and subscribe. And also follow all of my social media accounts for more updates. Bye.
Bye.